just voicing my humble opinion because I found you guys on my Facebook and I read every post. I do read all the posts since it's of Yahweh and Yahshua and it's religious discussions. I want to say that I think that these discussions about the name of the Heavenly Father, Elohim, El Shaddai, Almighty, El Shaddai is Hebrew, Creator of all, should be short and respectful to the God of gods, Elohim of Elohims, in the Hebrew language. It is written that the name should not be used in vain. It is written that he should be worshipped with fear and trembling. We have Proverbs 9:10, Proverbs 8:13 to help us on the way. Read the word. So in this case, we have to be careful because who knows, you might lose a place in the kingdom of tomorrow just for certain little things like that. What about the reverence, the honor we have to have, the obeisance we have to have towards the Heavenly Father, Creator of all? It is not easy, I know. Sometimes we are zealous. People are zealous and want to discuss what they have learned and how it has changed them, so they want to really bring out the truth. But we have to realize that we live in dark ages, and when we are living in this world, we must know who we are. We must know who we are. And we are the servants of the Eternal Father, Creator of all. And we have to show that we have honor towards Him, that we have obeisance towards Him, that we have a reverence towards Him. This is my first voice recording slideshow, so I hope you will bear with me. I am not a speaker, and I don't want to be. I'm just trying to bring out my thoughts on this subject and hoping that, my my truthfulness, I'm trying to bring it out clear. I'm trying to show certain things that maybe I don't hear enough, and people sometimes are afraid to voice the truths of this present world. So bear with me and listen to the whole slideshow. Okay, so let me continue. If you are a true believer in Abba Father, you will be someone who takes the time to read the book. Now, as a pastor, I used to listen to on television, used to say, to read the letter sent to us by Abba Father. Let me state here that it is written, of making many books there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. We in Ecclesiastes 12:12-13. Much study is a weariness of the flesh. Does not mean that you don't have to study. Don't forget the word much. And making many books, don't forget the word many. It don't mean that you don't have to make a book. You can make a book, but many books, it is written in the good book, that many books, many. Here the conclusion of the whole matter is to fear Elohim and keep his commandments. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments. This is what's most important to Abba Father. For centuries past and up to this day, Satan's disciples have been creating all ways to turn believers from true worship. But do believers make things better when they argue about the name of our Creator for like half an hour? I mean, no. He is the great I am. Like my mother used to say, the great I am. He is universal. He is the El, like some people say, God, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So I have a humble suggestion. If someone does not know the name or has not decided upon what name that they are going to call the Heavenly Father, you can just use Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. When you address him in prayer, and when you speak on the street, like if you have to discuss with someone who's not in your congregation, you don't want to cause, conflict, but you want to bring forth a truth, then you can just say, Heavenly Father, Creator of all. That's my suggestion, Because some people say, oh, these different names comes out because of language difference, culture difference. But no, I don't believe so. It comes directly from Satan trying once again to defy the Heavenly Father, Creator of all. This is where it comes from. There is a word in the dictionary. That word is compassion. I don't see this very much around here. And to think of it, this is what the Son of Elohim showed towards us when he was on earth. This is what he showed us, compassion. I have it written on one of the pictures here, the verses of 2 instances when he showed compassion towards men. Messiah came to fulfill the word of the prophecy and teach us how to put it in action. This compassion seems to be blocked from man right now. Our first brothers and sisters did the work of declaring the kingdom to the world. But Messiah says in the end time to be who you are still in Revelations 22:11. I believe that people right now these days are setting their minds. The prophecy of Revelation is not sealed. Every pastor and all who wants to are now interpreting the book of Revelations. And during this time of interpretation, there should be those just living the word like Messiah did. The Messiah was with man and lived according to the word of his Father and gave us a spirit to help us on the way. It's the spirit of love and wisdom, not wisdom in theories, or studies, like, I know how to do it more than the other. I know more, more Hebrew than the other. And, I can, interpret and so on better than the other. I know more scriptures than the other. It's not that wisdom, but it's a spirit of wisdom to loving actions, of wisdom in compassionate reactions. We are seeing dark ages right now. The end time is near. It's maybe right now. Who knows? Revelations 22:11 says, and continue, he that is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. What does that mean? Does it mean that the life that we are living right now, we should just continue living it? Or does it mean that in these days, that's how it is going to be? That's how the times will be. That it won't be easy to sway somebody. We have seen, and we are seeing the signs of last times. I mean, it's in the skies. We have seen it in the skies. Behold, I come quickly, he said. And again, we will be judged according to our works, he said. And what is the work of a true believer? It is the love of our Heavenly Father, Creator of all. Keep his commandments. Of course, if we love him, we will want to keep his commandments. And then Messiah says to love our neighbor as ourselves. In Mark 12:30-31, Messiah says there is no commandment greater than these. Straight from the mouth of Messiah. So have compassion. Have compassion. Fear Elohim and have compassion. Because here right now in these dark times that we live in, we have to be aware of the manipulation of our senses, our five senses. The manipulation of our five senses by strange beings who can talk to you like an angel of light but are not. They are sent by Satan from darkness to enter into the mind and control the five senses to harden man to a limit. Man is hardened. Your senses can be controlled. Right now is the time to put the mind of Messiah deep and strong and foremost into our life. Because your feelings might just not be yours. They might be just pumped out. They are pumping out. It's yours, but it's pumped out, that feeling, so that you could do that. But you have to have Messiah in you so that you can know, nah, I didn't really, that's not what that was in my mind just a while ago. No, that's not what was in my mind just a while ago. And change it and think and put yourself straight in the path of Messiah, in the path of truth, in the path of good, in the path of compassion, in the path of love. Feel out your body and senses. Feel whether you are hardened. Feel whether certain times your thoughts, sometimes it comes flicking out and it's not really what you were thinking. And feel out whether you're really feeling compassion, if you're really feeling love. Get in yourself and take control of your spine. Brothers and sisters, I had to do it and still struggling doing it and keeping my mind firm in Yahshua Messiah. We are fighting a warfare. That's what we are fighting, a warfare. And we have to know it, and we have to be conscious of it, and we don't have to be afraid to admit it, that we are fighting a warfare right now. And our senses are there in question. So we have to build up our spirit in Messiah. We have to make sure that the life of Messiah is within us, and we want to aim seriously, and we are aiming, and we are stepping one step at a time forward into the life of Messiah. So that we can feel things that Messiah felt and do things that Messiah did. And when we are doing the loving action, we also feel the action that we are doing. We do an action of love. Let us make ourselves feel what we are doing. Let us feel compassion for one another. Let us make sure that we are feeling that compassion within us. Because if we don't do that, this is our armor. Love and compassion for one another is our armor against evil. We have to work hard to protect our senses, because believe me, it's a hard work. We cannot be afraid right now. We just cannot be afraid. We have to be firm in Messiah, and let whoever know that we are firm in Messiah. Do what you can do, and we will do what we will do in Messiah, because he came for that. So don't be afraid. Put on the armor of love and compassion. Thank you very much for listening. Shalom.